Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast, episode number 318. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
Look who finally found his way back to the motherland.
Yeah, I kind of got lost. I don't know what happened.
You were heading to do the podcast. You made a left at Albuquerque, and it was it. Game over at that
And
point.
2 weeks later I found it.
Knocking on the
So
door. Hello.
you're like, hey, look, it happens sometimes.
What's going on, my friend? Welcome back.
Thanks. Good to be back. Good to be back.
Yes.
All is well.
Good.
Everything's cool.
Excellent.
Quick thank yous before I forget to Charlie and to Felix for filling in for me while I was gone.
Yeah, couple good episodes. Me and Felix, me and Charlie first talked about the Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Online more in depth.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Felix just recapped a very fun day at the races, at the arcade and the game store and stuff like that. So but I will say this, the fans did reach out and they were like, "Where's Anthony? It's been a couple weeks already." And that is 100% truth. I'm not just blowing smoke into your apartment. So
No, we vape here.
yeah. So I'm sure a lot of people are happy to have you back. No
Well,
disrespect to Charlie and Felix, because they did
no,
tremendous.
no disrespect at all. But I'm happy to be back, and
Good.
I never like it when I'm away, for whatever reason that I come up with or lie about. But yeah, no, it's always nice to be here.
I don't like when you're here too, because then I gotta do the editing, and my video editing is very poor compared to yours.
I don't even do that much.
No, trust, but what you do is way better than what I do. I mean, I do what I can do on iMovie. So but I have fun with it.
Okay.
So, but well, I mean, you've been gone for a couple of weeks. I can only imagine what I mean. Have you been gaming? Like, have you been able to get to games during your time off here? Because I've been playing one that I can't wait to talk about, but I want to get to you first.
Yeah, no, I've definitely been gaming a lot. Just because I've been out and about.
Mhm.
But a lot of Power Wash Simulator.
Still.
Still, I think I'm on the last board.
Okay, fair enough.
I think I'm on the last board. I don't know. The game gets very strange. I'll just say that. Like, because they
Okay.
try to put a story to it. And so so now, like, I'm at the end of the story and I'm like, this is really weird. But
Is
I
a
won't.
story beyond trying to keep a business open during these economic times?
Yes, it is. There's like it's got like a little sci-fi to it. I don't want to get into it because I want everybody. Yeah.
No spoilers here,
No
but
spoilers. Play Power Wash Simulator. Super fun.
the foreclosure board level is very tough.
Yes. And then the Final Fantasy VII DLC dropped,
That should be interesting.
which was
Okay.
cool. I haven't played it yet because I'm so close to finishing the story mode. I want to get that out of the way, and then I'll go
Mhm.
do the DLC. So been working on that, and again on the cusp of finishing the story.
Okay.
What I
No, no,
saw
no.
that.
Just don't. No, no. Because while you were gone, no, just something I thought of that I'll mention a little later.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
So I've been playing a lot of that, and I've been playing a lot of Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, you and apparently the rest of the world, or at least a lot
Yeah,
of people are. That game seems
yeah,
to be the number one going.
yeah. And I know I know there's a lot of controversy with it online,
Okay.
because of J.K. Rowling and stuff that she said, and people are boycotting the game
Oh,
and all that stuff. And I totally understand that. But I bought the game. I wanted to just enjoy it, and I'm enjoying it. It's really good. The story is a little light, but the world itself, it's very open world. So
okay.
you can do the main story, or you can do a whole bunch of side quests and just like travel around and do different things and
Hmm.
see different parts of this little world outside of the castle, which is
Hmm.
cool. And yeah, no, I've been having a lot of fun with it, so I put a lot of time into that.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. How much time would you say you probably put into it?
Already?
Yeah, would
I
guesstimate.
believe I no guesstimate. It tells you how many
Oh,
hours you
okay,
put into
okay,
it. I think I've put in about 34.
okay, okay. So now I don't feel so bad about the game I've been playing.
Hmm.
Which I'll talk about a little later. All right, good. That makes me feel better.
No. I've definitely put in. Oh, please, when I look at friggin' Power Wash Simulator tells you how many hours you put into that. I've put in like almost 50 hours power washing.
You're doing overtime at this point.
Yeah, no, like at this point, I should just go out and get a job as a power washer. I'm like, if I'm putting this much time into that game, I go, I might as well make money
Talking
doing
about
it for
power
real.
washer, just the other day, a friend of ours, actually, Frank, um, he texted me. He's like, I got this new game. It's called Snow Runner. I'm like, what's Snow Runner?
Snow Runner.
It's basically a simulation of, like a truck driving simulation
Mm-hmm.
of getting from one place to another. But there's like a mud runner version, there's a snow runner version. He's like, I'm obsessed with this, and I'm like, I gotta tell you, this is the age of simulations
Yep.
between Power Wash and now Driving Simulator.
Well, I mean,
Forget
I
about
think
it.
I think when they came, I think when they came out with Goat Simulator, I think it was just like,
That was
you can do,
definitive.
yeah, that's it.
That
You
was
can
definitive.
simulate anything at this
That Go
point.
Simulator game is fantastic too.
Yes. So,
All
but yeah,
right,
those are really what I've spent the most of my time on.
all right, good, good. Yeah, I've been since you've been gone, I've been quite busy. First of all, I can now say, as you were talking, this is what dawned on me because I don't think I've mentioned it yet, and it happened while you were gone. I mean, you already know, but I am
Yes.
a proud owner now. 3 years later, 2.5 years later, after release, and probably only weeks away from an epic price drop is only what I'm assuming because my history dictates. But I now have a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, it took you long. It took you long enough to catch up to the rest of us.
All right, to be fair, not mostly my fault. All right. I would say that's like a 30-70 split between me and Sony. 30
Oh,
my fault, 70 theirs.
oh, because of the production delays and all
Because
that
of the
stuff.
pro now I did not pre-order it originally, so
Hmm.
that's my fault. But
Yep.
then yes, then the production and everything, but they finally ramped it back up. In fact, they got now commercials, promoting that they're all
Yep.
available. And I will tell you now, because as much as I do love, and I'm not just saying this, I do love my Atari Anniversary Edition that you got me for the Switch,
Hmm.
the physical copy. So
Yes.
now it's like my fifth physical copy Switch game. If you do ever down the road maybe decide to get me a PlayStation 5 game, I will warn you now. Do not get me a physical copy because there is no optical drive in my digital only PS5.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Hey, I needed to save that $100.
Yep. But yeah. Well, you would save a little bit more in about a month or two when the pro version comes out and the original version drops.
Oh, please don't even.
You know it's going to
Um,
happen.
I know, of course I know it's going to happen. This is inevitable. But what's funny enough, I bought it through Sony. I bought it through the PlayStation, actually, through the
Hmm.
PlayStation stores where I bought it. Funny enough, the bundled version with Ragnarok was available, but the only version of the console that was unavailable was the digital version by itself. I
Oh,
would have
interesting.
I would have thought the physical, with the optical drive
Right.
would have already been sold out, but no, only the digital version was.
Well, yeah.
Or they're just like, look, just go get the Ragnarok version.
Yeah. Well, now it could also be just a lot of people are going the digital route because now, like, it's this whole thing now. When you buy a game, even if you buy a physical copy, it downloads the whole game to the hard drive anyway.
That is another argument that I have when talking about physical versus digital because you got to
Hmm.
install it anyway onto the hard drive. But
Yep.
be that as it may, yes, I do have a PS5. I love it. I'm already downloading all the PS5 upgrades for a
Hmm.
lot of my games,
Yep.
which is very cool.
And a good number of
And
those are free.
they've all been free but one. Tetris Effect
Yes.
was a $10 update, which is worth it. That game is phenomenal.
I love that game.
Yeah, and I had a gift card because of the purchase and everything, so or I ended up getting a gift card. So but yeah, the bottom line, PS5, I was gonna hang it on the wall, as I've talked about in the past. I've done a lot of wall hanging. As you can see
Hmm.
on the YouTube version, my minis are on the wall.
Yes,
Actually,
they are looking pretty good.
actually,
Oh,
there's
there
my
you go.
now my obsolete PS4 at this point. How do they do this? My PS4
They
is
get
now
they
basically,
they get paid to do
listen, I was on Romper Room and I watched Miss Molly do it and I was still flabbergasted.
it.
So yeah, so I have everything on the wall, and with the minis, I want to thank Bitter Kitten Gaming on Etsy. She does an
Hmm.
amazing job with those 3D prints. So very cool.
Nice.
But with the PS5 updates, they're like, oh, well, if you want to bring your transfers, your saves over, you got to upload them from the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, son of a gun. So I got to hook my PS because essentially I disconnected my PS4. Now it's just on the wall as wall art.
Okay, yeah, no, you gotta do the transfer.
So I got to bring that back up. So I'll do that anyway.
All right.
What else happening?
Well,
Oh,
besides Ragnarok, did you buy any PS5 games?
no, not exclusive PS5.
Okay.
Well, Ragnarok's not exclusive. It was PS4 available, but no, not yet. Because honestly, the amount of the PS5 console upgrades that I was able to do,
Mm-hmm.
um, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, the Resident Evil games, 2 and 3, which I have. And what's the other one? Diablo 2, Resurrection was a
Okay.
PS5. So amongst other
Nice.
ones as well. So, and I love how it allow, like, it gives you the choice. Like, hey, you want to download the PS5 version or the PS4? I'm like, well, I got a PS5, so that's the dumb question.
Exactly.
But I'm loving it. It was great. Got it
Good.
all updated.
Yeah.
Got the memory upgrade, or not the storage upgrade with the SSD.
Very nice.
And a shout out to Glisto, a website, GLIS. Well, let me spell it right. But bottom line, they are a website that deals with kind of like these kind of peripheral, almost like feet for game systems. It kind of lifts
Oh,
them up
okay.
off the thing, better airflow. I want to give them the right proper name though, because I always misspell it. And I bought the skates, as they call them, for the PS5. Just throw them on the sides. It lifts it like a good maybe half an inch or so.
Oh, that's
Off.
cool.
Yeah. So again, a lot of airflow for that stupid system.
Good. Well,
Glist.
better than the stand that they give you. Like I have such a hard time with that thing.
I mean, the stand's the stand. It does what it does,
Yeah.
but it really just because the system's so lopsided
Yeah.
the way it's designed.
Well, that's what I mean. I just have a hard time
Yeah.
because I keep mine horizontally. Vertically, it works fine. I'm like, but
Yeah.
horizontally, like I always struggle with it.
GLISTCO, Glistco.
Listco.
Yes, they have a lot of cool. They even have you might want for your Steam Deck. They have like these little locks that they
Mhm.
put for the thumbsticks so they don't, because in my head I'm always feeling like if something sits on a thumbstick, like eventually it'll just like
It'll
be
drift.
stuck. Exactly.
Yeah.
So these lock them into place so they don't go anywhere.
Oh, that's
So it's
kind of
pretty
cool.
And they got some cool adapters for VR,
Oh, nice.
PlayStation VR.
Very
So.
nice.
So besides the PS5,
Ooh,
um,
you can buy Stray now.
I could. What I'm doing. So what I'm doing with PlayStation. So I had the PlayStation Plus Essentials,
Mm-hmm.
which I've backed down, and that downgrades to a normal PS Plus subscription middle
Yep.
of April. The problem is though, a lot of those games that are available in the catalog are like in my collection. So I don't know which ones are going to disappear in the middle
Oh,
of April.
yes.
So I'm waiting for that to go away. Then I can start to figure out. And
What you
no,
need.
because as soon as that cat fell down that hole or whatever and was limping, I
Yeah.
don't care if it's for 2 seconds or 2 levels. I'm like, no, Whiskers, please don't be hurt. I've already
Well,
named the cat Whiskers.
yeah, okay. He's not hurt for long, so it's fine.
Spoiler alert! How dare you?
Well, look, I want to just for people out there who are cat people like me. Trust me, when that happened,
I
like
know, trust me.
like yeah, I almost fell apart in front of my television.
I
I'm
can
like,
only
oh my god.
imagine.
I'm like, what the hell happened?
Even your cats are like, you monster.
They walked away in protest.
So, but we'll see. We'll see, maybe.
Okay.
And then finally, amongst just kind of various games, I picked up again, I believe this happened while you were gone.
Mhm.
I picked up Metroid Prime Remastered for the
Yes.
Switch. A
I've-
game. Yeah.
I've never played it.
You know what? I thought I had it still for the GameCube, and I was all gung ho to play on the GameCube.
Mhm.
But it turns out I don't have it. I think what happened was I sold it back, during the times that it wasn't an issue. I
Mhm.
sold it back because the trilogy, the Metroid Prime trilogy, came out on the Wii. All 3 games on one disc.
Right.
Took advantage of the Wiimote and everything like that. So I think that's why I traded. But then I think I traded in that game because I clearly don't have it. I think I wasn't crazy about the gameplay. But as with a lot of remasters, which we could talk about in a week or two, like they always kind of like update the game enough with a remastered
Mhm.
quality of life, if you call it, as they call it, to make the game a little bit better to play. Because now it can play with a more traditional twin stick first person shooter game,
Oh,
where you
okay.
didn't really get that on the GameCube.
Nice.
So now I'm loving it. and I'm like 15 hours into this game, and I'm still only maybe like 62% done. The
Okay.
game is so my track record of Metroids, I've always talked about there's always eventually a spot where I'm
Mm-hmm.
stuck for like a good 3 hours, literally 2.5 to 3 hours.
Yep.
I'm just walking around the board. It's one thing to do that on a 2D game, 2D side scrolling
Yeah.
platformer.
Mm-hmm.
It's another thing to do that in first person shooter
Mm-hmm.
because now you literally feel like you're lost because of your point of view.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's one of the well, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I wasn't big on first person shooters for a long time.
But a lot of first person shooters are linear. You
True.
just keep moving
You
forward.
just move forward and you shoot. Yeah.
This you got to go back and forth, and I'm always futzing around with the way the map you zoom in and you can twist with other ones. I can never line up the map properly, and so you get the morph ball, and this is no secret. You get the morph ball fairly early in the game.
Mm-hmm.
15 hours into the game, I finally realized that you can just simply jump when you're in the morph ball, where I've been using the little proton bombs or whatever to lift me up
Oh,
to get to places. Now, granted, you have unlimited supply of those,
yeah.
but still, and with the remastered version, the way you jump, you just flick the remote. You just because of the gyroscope.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm like, I almost put the game down and was like, forget it. I'm done at this point.
Just because you realized it that late.
It just would have made things so much easier. Now I'm remembering a puzzle that I could have solved a whole lot easier
Yep.
if I knew that.
Well,
Oh gosh.
you fought your way through 15 hours the hard way. That's all.
Oh, please.
Which sounds about right for you when you play a game.
Shush. At least Metroid.
Yes.
That's true of Metroid. So, but in any event, oops, sorry. I think I'm almost done with the game. So, and then once that's done, I am just diving into Metroid Fusion on the Game Boy Advance.
Yes, I did read that
So,
that got released
on the Switch. So
yep, very cool.
that's yeah. So that's basically it. That's been my obsession. Has been Metroid
All
Prime.
right, so you're back on your Metroid kick.
I am, and it feels good actually. Feels very
Okay.
good.
Well, yeah, I mean there are some really solid Metroid games in the catalog.
So far, I haven't come across a bad one yet, and I thought they were all bad. So don't get me wrong.
Yeah, from my understanding, I heard Metroid Prime 2 wasn't very good.
I heard two's not good, but I heard three is tremendous. Corruption.
I heard 3 is the best of the Metroid
So
Primes.
we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
Other than that, for me, I mean, as you can see, folks, watching on YouTube, I got my background back.
Yep.
So I'm back in my podcast studio, if you
Looking
will.
good. Look at all those physical games back there.
Some of which are Switches.
Yes.
Some of which are Switches.
I see.
But the rest are all old school. Let's see this. I can do this now.
Ooh,
Look at
fancy.
that. There's the rest of them.
Very nice.
Okay. And actually, I can add to the collection because I got 2 more games in the mail yesterday.
Nice.
From Kickstarters, one of which I completely forgot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll show those real quick.
Oh, that
first,
reminds me, I did buy something, didn't I?
Did you? I feel like you bought a lot of things.
I probably did, but go ahead.
Some of which are over your head. Okay,
yeah,
so
we'll talk about that.
The first one, which I forgot I was getting because I didn't realize I backed a physical copy because they already sent me the digital code. The digital copy. It's a new game for the Switch. It's called Jitsu Squad.
Ooh,
Jitsu Squad. A nice kind of beat 'em up, if you will.
Very nice.
Oh, there you go.
Yep, looks
featuring
good.
Featuring pandas and warthogs and whatnots, frogs. So very fun game though.
Fighting pandas, I like that.
Basically, because pandas are indestructible.
Yes,
you drop
yes,
them 30 feet from a tree and they're good to go.
They also know kung fu.
They do know kung fu bad. Just be careful of the ones with cocaine.
The different bear.
That is true, actually. So yeah, I got this Jitsu Squad again, physical for the Switch, which I already have digital, but
Very
is
nice.
what it is. And then a game this I've been looking forward to ever since I saw it. This was even before Kickstarter. I've talked about this before. It's a game called GB Corp. It's a Game Boy game.
Okay.
And it's a time management game.
Mm-hmm.
But what's cool is depending on which literal version of a Game Boy you use, whether it's a Game Boy Pocket,
okay,
or a Game Boy, well, they're not here, a Game Boy Advance or original Game Boy, the game plays differently.
Oh,
depending on
that's
the
cool.
hardware you use.
That's really cool.
So there's Game Boy Corp.
Very
And not
nice.
only that, the it's a clear shell and the circuit board is red,
Oh,
which I'm loving.
interesting.
That does pop.
Does.
So I haven't played it yet. Can't wait to play it. But it takes advantage of it takes advantage of the Game Boy Light, which is only available in Japan.
Okay.
So that good thing I got a bunch of Game Boys. So I'm gonna try that out soon. I'll
You
let everyone
should
know how that goes.
yeah, I was gonna say you should do a video showing how different
I'm
it
gonna
looks on each.
try to. That's gonna be a little well, actually, that should be fairly easy using handhelds.
Yeah.
But I think even the Super Game Boy, depending on the Super Game Boy, will
Oh,
even
cool. Yeah,
do
so
something. So
you got a little
yeah,
homework to do.
awesome. That's what I love.
Yeah,
No,
homework is
but
nice.
I'm very happy about it. I've been waiting for this one. This one
Yeah,
I'm really excited about. So
very cool.
and that and then a new desk, which you can't say.
Right.
And that's basically good to go from me.
Yep. Well, for me, actually, you picked up something for me,
Oh,
so thank you for
oh
that.
yeah, no
Yeah,
problem.
it's hiding somewhere. I just don't remember which one it was. But I'm trying to
That's a
go
good question.
after. Yeah, I'm trying to go after all of the Legend of Zelda games I don't own.
Which makes sense. I mean,
And,
you're the
and
biggest Zelda
nine,
fan I know.
yeah, and 90% of the ones I don't own are handheld.
Yeah, when you sent me the list, I'm like, so just no handhelds.
Yeah. So I just don't remember if you got me Spirit Tracks or the other one, because I remember you said one of them was, I think it was Spirit Tracks, because I think the other one was Ocarina of Time, but it wasn't
No,
the original.
no. So what happened was it was one of the DS games. It was either Phantom Hourglass or
Hmm.
Spirit Tracks.
Right.
I want to say it's Phantom Hourglass because I actually enjoyed Hourglass.
Okay.
I wasn't crazy about Spirit Tracks, but that's just me.
Okay.
Um, so I want to say that, and yeah, what happens is sometimes they'll just put the game like they'll repackage you, put in a
Yep.
newer package, but you can tell that it was a repackaged one. But still, the game's the game. But no, I want to say it was Phantom Hourglass, which was a
Okay.
very fun game to play on the DS.
And it's in the original box, which is what I wanted.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, which is cool. So thank you for picking that up for me. And
no
then
problem.
the other thing I picked up, because I was in the city a couple of weeks ago with a friend, and we were
Hmm.
wandering around, and I ran across Book Off. And I always forget that Book Off,
There's a book off in the city.
there's a Book Off in the city. There's
Oh
a
wow.
Book Off in the city. It is located at 49 West 45th Street. It's in Times
Oh,
Square. Look,
okay.
I got the little card.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I took the card home. So when I ran across it, it's the only one in New York, apparently.
New York State.
New York State.
Okay.
There are 2 in Hawaii
Wow.
and 6 in California.
Okay.
So while we were walking around, ran across it. So I was like, let me pop in for a minute.
Hmm.
And I was looking around with what they had, and they had a bunch of stuff that I wanted. I was like, but I didn't want to spend a ton of money.
Yep.
But since I ordered the N64 dock for my Polymega,
Yes.
I wanted to get a game that, for some odd reason, disappeared from my collection. I don't know what happened to it. Literally just gone one day. And I bought a case to put it in years ago, and that's when I realized it was missing. But I picked up a copy of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, yes,
Oh
while I
wow.
was at Book Off.
I forgot
Um,
you lost that. Yeah, it was
yeah,
weird.
I have my Majora's Mask one, the gold copy.
Oh, nice.
Um, uh, but yeah, my Zelda one, I don't know what happened to it. And I had the gold one too, which sucks, but
Mm.
I'm just happy to have a physical copy of it.
Yeah.
I also forgot how heavy this is.
Yeah, games. A lot of
Some of
memory
these
in there.
games,
So
yeah,
yeah.
there's a lot of memory in there. So I added Ocarina of Time to my collection,
Very good.
which is good. Now I just need to get this back in the case so I can be happy with it. So very happy with that. I think that's all I've bought lately.
Okay.
That's not new. From the retro. There we go.
Fair enough.
Stay.
Oh.
Doesn't
Maybe
want
it
to
goes in
stay.
the other way.
No, it just broke the case.
Awesome.
Yay! So glad I bought you. So Ocarina of Time. Definitely.
Cool.
Also looking forward to playing that
Yes.
when I get my dock for the Polymega.
Yeah,
And
that's gonna be
then,
cool.
like you pointed out before, I know it's very blurry behind me, but it's all plastic. But the over the last 2 weeks, the Super Mario Brother movie toys
Yeah.
dropped. So Target got a lot of my money.
I hope you're a red card member.
I am, so I
Oh,
did get a
good,
little
good.
money back. So I'm gonna
Excellent.
slide out of the way a little bit
Alrighty.
so you can see pretty much the whole collection up there.
Yeah.
I'm missing a couple. I really like these little guys. I don't know if you've seen these little figures.
Yeah, I actually did not see the little ones.
Yeah, so
That's
Cooper,
pretty cool.
yeah, they come with a question mark box. Here's a Cooper paratrooper.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
the box does open. Okay.
yeah, and
I
then,
see that in the
yeah,
picture. Yeah.
yeah, the box opens, and there's a background picture,
Oh, look at that.
and it's different for each one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then there are 6 different ones.
Okay.
I have,
Mario. Yeah.
yep, good.
I was gonna say Mario, Luigi, Princess, Koopa Trooper,
Kamek.
Thank you, and Toad.
Yeah, so I have 4 out of the 6. For some, like the Target I went to did not have Peach or Toad,
Target
which
Online, my friend.
yeah,
Target
which I
Online.
was very surprised with. I do like Kamek though. Kamek's one of the characters. Kamek and Shy Guy I love, but I like the little Kamek. He just looks cute.
Oh yeah, he looks good. Yep, yep.
Yeah, he
Look at
looks
that.
really good, and and again got that
That's awesome.
little backdrop to put him on.
Oh, I can't wait
Kind
for
of
this
cool.
movie.
Yeah. And then some of the other fun ones that I really like that's in the collection. They have this the van play set.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and again, the van opens up to a whole little world that you can
Look
play
at
with.
that.
Um
That is phenomenal. Yeah, a bunch
yeah.
of warp pipes and everything.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of war pipes and stuff, and you can use those smaller figures
Oh, as the play set.
as part of the
Okay.
play set. So, it comes with Mario, but if
As
you
it
buy
should, yeah.
right, but if you get the other figures, then you have, 6 figures you can play with
Absolutely.
on this.
And
Uh
just
yeah.
to mention real quick, I mean, their marketing campaign, at least their viral marketing campaign, I am loving.
Yeah, no, their marketing campaign has been great, and I'll get to that later because I have a
Oh, okay,
bunch
okay,
I
okay.
have a
No
bunch of
problem.
retro news on
No
that.
problem.
And
This is
then
one I want to get to on my birthday.
no, don't fall, Mario.
Uh-oh, what are
Oh,
you
what are you
doing?
doing?
Oh,
I'm dropping things, and
yeah, I was gonna say headset just got.
my headphones popped out.
I heard me.
Yeah, hold on. Let me. There we go.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Didn't even look.
Yep. So we got the Princess Castle playset, which
Ooh.
again comes with 2 figures.
How many Marios are you gonna have by the
Uh,
time this thing's
I have
done?
all the Marios, but if you look at the playset when it opens up, it's like the Mario training ground.
Oh yeah, yeah. Look at
See
that.
that
Yep.
with all the little pieces? It's
Yep. It's got
really
drop blocks. It's got question marks. Got some
there's
piranha
a
plants.
there's a bullet bill in there.
Oh yeah, yep. Just saw Bullet
Yeah.
Bill.
So a lot of
Wow.
So yeah, there's a lot of really
Who's the company that put these out again? Jax?
Jack Specific, I believe.
Yes. Oh my
the
god,
whole
they're so
toy
good at
line.
this stuff. Yeah.
They really are. I mean, well, they've been doing Nintendo for a while, so it just made sense for them to do the movie toys, I
Oh no,
guess.
I'd imagine.
Just to run through, I know I'm taking this whole thing apart up here,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to play the Mario Hot Wheels
That is awesome. I
play
eyed
set,
that.
which,
Yep.
which comes with Mario in his cart. Now the one thing I don't know is if there are going to be more Mario, if there are going to be more carts that you can do.
Well, there's already carts out.
Yeah, there are carts out. I'm assuming like the regular Hot Wheels carts can go into these.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. There's a jump. There's more of a Donkey Kong set to it.
Yeah,
That looks like a Donkey Kong face.
and there's a jump that goes through
Yep.
through that Aztec theme.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, so
Can
really
you make the
cool.
jump?
And then actually the loop also, it's hard to see, but the loop is actually broken, so you actually have to make the loop. See it?
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, you can see it on the
Ooh,
side
wow.
there. Yeah, so
Very cool.
Yeah, so they made so really fun stuff, and then they have like you can see up here like 5-inch figures. They have
Yeah, like your standard. Yeah.
Toad, Peach, Mario, Luigi.
A little tough to see. There he is. Okay. Yeah, the
but
glare was a little tough.
Bowser,
Look at this monster.
Bowser is just
Good Lord.
I know I don't want to take him out of the box because that's the collector in me, but I'm gonna buy a second one so I can take him out because
so you can play with him.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't wanted to actually play with a toy in a very long time. But the fact
you're an adult, look at me though.
I'm an adult. But the fact that he does this fire breathing effect, and if you haven't seen the fire breathing effect on the Bowser toy, look at it online.
I'm gonna have to. I haven't seen it.
It's absolutely insane. I've never seen a toy do something like that. Just absolutely outstanding. And then, of course, then they also made a giant Mario posable,
Look at him.
and there's a Luigi back there, but he's posable. Like,
Oh yeah, look at that.
yeah, so you can
Yep.
actually raise his arms. You can do, yeah, you can do little poses with him and stuff. It's very,
It's a
very
me,
cool.
Mario.
Exactly. So, what is he? 14 inches? Wow.
Okay.
So really,
All
and
right.
he's got a belly.
He does have a
He
bit
has a little
belly.
belly.
All right, let's
He doesn't have a butt, so
no.
Buttgate is still alive. So,
How about those boots?
yep, boots are
Real
there.
quick, real quick. Let's
So,
now do a comparison because I know you. Oh no, don't put him away yet. You also have that
yep.
other Mario. No, you have that other plastic Mario, the Fire Mario.
Oh yeah, he's right here.
Let's see what Illumination did with Mario.
Okay, so we got Mario.
Here we go. Let's compare. Here's
Let
the
me get
compare and
closer here.
contrast.
Compare and contrast the two Marios.
See, to me, it's all in the mustache. It's like the
The mustache is
mustache.
different, yes.
And all right, a little bit with the nose, but to
Hmm.
me, it's mostly the mustache is what's making it so different. The
Hmm.
the movie Mario versus game Mario.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I think there's a little bit with the eyes that are
A
different.
little bit with the eyes as well, I
A
think.
little bit with the eyes, the eyebrows too. Like they're just little tweaks that were done. That's all.
It looks like his hair's a little darker as well.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
all
not
right.
he's not that different.
No. Hey, look, I have no complaints. The
Yeah,
rest of the
so
world does. I don't.
well, I know you don't. But
Apparently, Luigi is allowed to sound like Charlie Day, but Mario's not allowed to sound like Chris Pratt. But
well,
that's a story for another
that's a
time.
whole other thing. But anyway, so like that was really my big purchase over the last couple of weeks. And once I get
Cool.
once I get the last two minifigures, I'll have the whole I think I'll have the whole line, the whole
I'd
toy
have the
line.
whole thing.
So that and another Bowser to play with. That's
I'm actually
definitely
interested now. I want to see what that looks like. I'll look that up later.
yeah, you need to look it up. You need to look it up. It's
Yeah, I will.
really, really cool.
Awesome. All
Yeah.
right, cool.
So
Can't wait for that movie. I already bought my ticket. Opening night,
I have not bought my ticket yet.
6 p.m.
Um, I know
April
me.
5th.
I'll go to like a morning matinee show when a lot of people are not there.
I would have, don't get me wrong, just to save money, but I want to get to this movie as quickly as possible before the internet starts ruining it for me. Because
no, that's understandable.
I did not watch the final trailer. The
Oh,
one that they dropped.
neither did I.
I'm steering clear of it as much as possible.
Yes.
Got less than a month. So
Nope, I agree.
do we have less than a month? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Oh, definitely less than a month. April 5th.
April 5.
Mhm.
6 p.m. Westbury Movie Theater, folks. Come join me.
I'll pass.
Actually, it's a nice theater. All right, cool. So we'll be looking forward to that, and Lord knows we'll have a epic episode afterwards when we talk about the movie.
We definitely will.
Yes. But I mean, anything else happening, or I think we'll move into news at this point.
Yeah, nothing else I can recall from the last couple of weeks.
Well, let me ask you this, because it's been a while, but where can they find us online?
Oh, that. Let's see. Let's see if I can remember. It's been a while. You guys can find us on Facebook.com/Retro Gamers Podcast, on Instagram at Retro Gamers Podcast, on Twitter at Retro Gamers Pod. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube at Retro Gamers Podcast, or you can email us at email@theretrogamers.com.
Boom. Look at this. Kid doesn't miss a step.
No, I don't. Actually, I've missed several steps lately. Not that one.
Not with that.
Mm-mm.
All right. So let's
want to roll right into retro news.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
All right, let's go into some retro news, of which there's plenty. I tried not to do all of it because there was some. Well, there's like almost 3 weeks worth since I've been missing.
Oh, you're going back? Okay.
Yeah, but no, I tried to stick to the last week because it's a bunch.
Yeah.
First thing to point out, as always, I love to look at my retro birthdays and see what's out there.
Yes.
And we got 2 retro birthdays to bring up this week. One of them actually a little bit near and dear to my heart because I remember owning this game on the Genesis.
Oh, okay.
So this game came out this week in 1993, and it was actually a sequel in a franchise. So it's the 30th retro birthday of Splatterhouse 3.
Wow. 3.
Yep.
Okay.
3 is the one that I owned. I never owned the first 2, but I remember owning 3, and I'm sorry I didn't keep it because They didn't make that many of them. So for now, I enjoy. I live through the Splatterhouses on the Sega Mini.
Yes.
And I have the
And the
actually
place,
I have the original Splatterhouse on TurboGrafx 16. I bought it when I was in
yes.
Japan.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, that was a nice one to have. Um, so again, one of the first real horror games I think I ever played.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, I mean predated Resident Evil by a lot. So yeah, so happy 30th retro birthday Splatterhouse 3. And then the other one, which I think you're going to enjoy more than me,
Oh,
although I'm very happy about it, but we're celebrating the 40th
oofa.
retro birthday, 1983, of the Game and Watch multi-screen version of Mario Brothers.
Real those multi. I don't think I've ever owned a multi-screen game.
Yeah, so two screens, one on
Yep.
either side, and the Game and Watch actually folded,
Yep.
closed. Yeah, so 40 years old.
Wow. 40.
Yeah,
Gosh.
40. Well, that original Mario Brothers game is pretty old.
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Very cool.
we got that
Mm-hmm.
for our retro birthdays. Let's get into some news because there's
Yeah, man. Let's do it.
so much going on. I didn't organize it well though. So I'm gonna bounce around a little bit. One,
Right.
and this was like the last thing I found, and it was the weirdest thing I found, at least.
Okay.
So the game Angry Birds, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So Rovio Games announced a couple. This is actually back in towards the end of February,
Mm-hmm.
that the paid version of the Angry Birds game is no longer going to be available for purchase in the App Store, in the Play Store.
Really interesting.
Yep. And the reason why they stated it is because they removed it on Thursday, February 23rd, due to the game's impact on our wider games portfolio.
I have no idea what that means.
So here's what it means. So what they're doing, the rest of Rovio's catalog
Yeah.
are free to play games with microtransactions, right? You pay to get extra stuff.
Yep.
Angry Birds was a 99-cent game, and once you bought it, you owned all of it.
That was it. Yep.
So Rovio is now pulling it, and it's going to get renamed and re-released as Red's First Flight in the App Store once they're done review, it says pending further review. So basically they're going to take the game, turn it into a microtransaction game to match the rest of their games to make money off of it.
Is that technically a remaster?
No, that's okay. That's we want to make money.
Well, hey, listen, that's what they're in the business for.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Apparently people heard this, aren't that thrilled about it. Now I don't think it means though that it could so it says the original Angry Birds game, which will now be called Rovio Classic Angry Birds, will remain playable on devices on which the game has been downloaded even after it's been delisted. It's just that you can't buy it.
Yeah. So people complaining now it's free. I mean, the microtransactions are always going to be something like either like, oh, let me buy more birds, to shoot with, or I can wait 4 hours and my stock will refill automatically.
Yeah.
So a lot of these, the phone games do that. So it is what it is. But still, very interesting. And hey, at least it's free now. Or will be.
Yeah, or will be. Yeah. You just have to remember that it's going to be called Red's First Flight.
Okay.
So there you go. So interesting, weird. I don't know. Moving on to Sega. Right. Yeah. How come you can do that correctly, but when you say Sega, you say it wrong?
Sega.
See? You go Sega, but then you go Sega.
That's how they say it. I say Sega.
Anyway, so this is actually a continuation from a piece of news from back in October that we actually, if I remember correctly, that we actually talked about.
Okay.
But when the Sega Mega Drive Mini 2 came out, Sega announced a poll online. There it is on your wall. Sega announced a poll online asking people what they wanted to see, what their next console wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave a bunch of options like SG-3000, 1000, another Sega, another Genesis, a Saturn, a Dreamcast, so on and so forth. Game Gear. They had like all
Yeah.
these different versions. So they did a poll online. It was only in Japan though. It was a question.
Only in Japan.
It was a questionnaire. So now there was an update last week that Sega came out and announced. Sega Japan has announced they're going to reveal the results of that questionnaire.
Wow.
On a live stream on March 24th.
Interesting.
So I'm assuming, based on that questionnaire, they're going to announce their next mini console, because there's no point.
That's what it sounds like.
There's no point in announcing the result of a poll and then being like, okay, that was the poll. Bye, everybody.
Have a good day, folks.
Exactly. So I think we're gonna find out what the next Sega Mini is going to be March 24th at 8 p.m. Japan time.
I mean, the only one I can think of, no offense to the Saturn, but and they've already kind of put out Game Gear ones. It's got to be Dreamcast. That's the only one I can think of.
I mean, I would go Dreamcast.
That's worthy.
I would go Dreamcast. My question is, though, are they going to be able to get the rights to like the best Dreamcast games?
Well, they've been good so far with the last two. So
they have been. So fingers crossed on that. I'm like you. I'm rooting for Dreamcast, but I'm also still rooting for Dreamcast to show up on my Polymega.
That'd be nice. Yes,
yeah,
that'd be
that would be awesome. That and PlayStation 2 would be great on there. I'm so happy.
PS2, I think, is going to be tough. No offense.
Well, I mean, they have PS1.
They do. You're right.
So you never know. All right. Moving on to other news. This is another interesting little bit of news. We're going back a ways. Commodore, many years ago, created a PC called the Amiga. We all know the Amiga. So the last update for the Amiga's operating system was back in 1993. So 30 years ago was the last time the Amiga got an operating system update, which makes sense.
Yeah.
The Amiga's been gone for a long time.
Yeah.
Enter this Belgian software company, Hyperion Entertainment, who just released an Amiga operating system update for those specific computers if you still have them.
Wow. I didn't realize third parties can do that.
Yeah, and the update is Amiga OS 3.2.1.
Okay.
And it features bug fixes and image among gadgets and image classes. It's actually an update on a version that they released in May of 2021. So actually in 2021 they released Amiga OS 3.2. Now there's 3.2.1. So if you have an old Amiga, you can actually
That's interesting.
You can actually update your OS thanks to Hyperion Entertainment. Again, yeah, no idea why they did it. Maybe they just did it because they could.
Why not? To update so they can play one of their own games. Speaking of system updates, I don't know if it's part of your news. If it is, I apologize. But the Evercade, the original handheld Evercade, actually is doing their final update. Apparently for the original handheld.
Yeah, the original handheld.
3.0 is going to be the final update. I saw that news. That was pretty interesting.
I wonder if they've just like kind of moved on to the console.
Well, no, they also have the newer updated handheld, the Evercade EX or EV something. Yeah. So yeah, I mean they have a newer console, so it kind of makes sense. But that's still interesting.
That's still a system I wanted to. I was interested in.
So much fun. Like I said, especially if you want to collect games, but don't have enough money for it.
Yeah.
Those collections. In fact, they just announced a Commodore 64 Volume 2.
Ooh, nice.
I think they're starting to do Amiga games now.
I saw another one too, something called like I think Tech 17 or something 17.
Yeah, I just saw that too. Yeah, something like that as well. So they're really putting out some great, and again, the gameplay is phenomenal. So
I think out of all of the like indie ones that have come out, or like the lesser known ones, like that's the one that seems to have like survived the test of time, unlike the VCS.
Poor girl.
Poor VCS. All right. Moving on to other news. For people who are fans of Sonic the Hedgehog,
right here.
First For Figures has released a new or will be releasing a new Tails statue. So if you're a fan of Tails, Yep, it's really, really cool. He's kind of jumping in the air. He's got a wrench in his hand. There's some clouds underneath him.
To bash
And,
someone's head in.
and the base is cool. It's got it's like a yellow metallic like the spring from the game
Oh,
when
okay.
you
Yeah,
jump on
yeah,
the
yeah,
spring.
yeah.
Like he's on top of one of those, and
Okay.
it has lights on it too.
Oh,
So it actually looks really, really cool.
that company puts out tremendous,
They
tremendous
really do.
statues.
So yeah, so if you're a fan of Tails, you can pre-order the new statue from First Four Figures.
Okay.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
A bit of random GameCube news. So
All right.
apparently at one point, the GameCube was going to get an LCD screen. To the point where there was an actual prototype made.
Oh, like that. Okay.
Yeah, like you remember how PlayStation had the little screen on it?
Yeah, you're talking about like a first person because I've seen like third parties,
Yeah.
but Nintendo never put out a first party
No, no,
screen.
no.
I think that would have been awesome.
Nintendo never put one out.
Yeah.
But apparently some footage of the official LCD screen for the GameCube from E3 2002. They actually
Oh, wow.
showed it at the E3 2002
Very
has
nice.
been discovered and posted on YouTube. So you can actually go on YouTube and see the
Okay.
original prototype for the GameCube LCD screen that Nintendo never made.
The one that PlayStation put out was phenomenal. If
Yep.
you do play PlayStation that often off screen or on the road, it definitely worked. So
Yeah. So yeah, there. I mean, granted, like you said, third parties did make a screen.
Yep.
But it was interesting to see
so
that.
it's great that Nintendo do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting to see that Nintendo was trying to do it. So little bit of news there. New game on Kickstarter that you're going to be interested in. So I wanted to bring this up. Company called Hyperfocus Games has posted a Kickstarter campaign for a game called Ultra Pro Wrestling.
Oh, I saw this.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the
Did
game
I back it? I might have backed it.
Oh, did you?
Maybe. Let me go check.
All right. Yeah, because the game, they say, looks and plays like the N64 games No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000.
Oh my God. It looks amazing.
It looks really, really fun. Now, I don't know if they're going to have any licensed wrestlers.
No.
Like
well, at least as of right now, no.
Right. But it just looks really fun. So.
Yeah, and it's supposed to, like you said, it's supposed to play like the N64 versions, which
Yep.
also that's the new AEW game if it ever comes out. It's supposed to play like that as well. But this one, yeah, I think they're committed and focused on creating original characters.
Yes, and they've already hit their target. So they're going for the whatever the extra targets are called. I don't remember. I'm not on Kickstarter.
Stretch goals.
Stretch goals. It's going to be available. It's available for Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and PC. So whatever your console, if you're a wrestling fan, you want to play a wrestling game, Ultra Pro Wrestling on Kickstarter may be the way to go, especially if you like those old school N64 ones.
Totally. I don't think I did back it. You know what? You know why? I think that came out the same time as the new Rift Tracks Kickstarter came out. I only had enough for one. And of course, Rift Tracks went out on that one.
I'm assuming you're going to buy it now anyway.
If I can find the stupid search button.
Yep. A couple bits of movie news.
Ooh, okay.
We actually brought this up a few weeks ago because there was news about Detective Pikachu getting a sequel.
Oh yeah, better soon. Yeah.
So the rumors were that they were still, they were still working on a sequel, and apparently, again, this is still a rumor, but they may have landed a director for the movie.
Ooh, okay.
So again, all things sound like we may be heading to a Detective Pikachu 2, which will make me very happy because I like the first one.
First one was excellent.
Yeah, it was really well done. And just another bit of movie news. It's hard to even think about this, but Sonic the Hedgehog 2 came out last year.
Yeah,
I don't know why. It felt like it feels like it was like 2 or 3, like at least 2 years ago. But
that would be the first one. Funny enough,
3 years ago, I think was the first one.
Yeah, the first Sonic movie.
2020. Yeah.
Yeah, because the first Sonic movie was the last movie I saw in the theater before the pandemic. And then Sonic 2.
Me too.
Yeah. And then Sonic 2 was the first movie I saw in the theater after the pandemic.
Nice. I did not see this in theaters, but I did see it at home. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Oh, great movie.
But just a little bit of accolades for them. But Sonic 2 last week won favorite movie at the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards.
Oh, excellent. Well deserving.
Yeah, I love seeing stuff like that. Especially because it's more like kids picking what they like best. and it beat out some top movies like Top Gun, Avatar, Black
Wow.
Panther,
Oh,
Jurassic World.
okay.
Uh,
I feel like maybe Sega maybe paid a little bit of extra money for that.
it also beat out Hocus Pocus too.
Well, as it should.
So congratulations to Sonic 2 for being the Nickelodeon Kids Choice Award favorite movie. All right, and now we're gonna get into the bunch of last news, and it's all Mario related because
okay.
because Super Mario Day was last week.
Yes, it was. It was, and I mentioned it last week on the episode. Finally
I know.
remembered.
I heard the episode. I was really happy. I was like, yes. And I think you posted something too online, and I was like, great.
Yeah.
So all great. But there were a ton of announcements on Mario Day. First was they announced some new Lego sets. I don't know if you saw these.
No.
So first Lego set. So the Lego announced Bowser's Castle, which will be coming out, and it looks very, very cool. And it has a special white Bowser for the set. It looks very interesting.
Is this based on the movie?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is just
because that's another reason why I was steering clear of looking at the toys.
Oh, okay.
Any spoiler alerts?
Yeah, I don't think the toys. I don't think the toys have.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so.
But
okay.
Yeah, so Bowser's Castle is going to be coming. The other one that they announced is the first ever Donkey Kong Lego figure.
Oh, okay.
That they're going to be doing. And then another one they announced, and this is not going to be for purchase. This is going to be promotional, but they created a king-sized Bowser, and he's going to be. They're going to be touring him at San Diego Comic-Con, Cologne Gamescom, Paris Game Week, all this stuff.
Okay.
He's 14 feet tall.
Good Lord.
And made out of 663,000 Lego bricks.
Nice.
So I just thought that was really cool.
That is cool, yeah.
Yeah, something else that you actually brought up to me.
Okay.
You sent it to me last week or whatever. But this is I think most of this stuff is going to be movie related now. One thing really quickly, they came out with a Mario Switch bundle on Mario Day.
I saw that. Yep. It's not the OLED version. It's the
standard
original,
Mario, standard Mario red Joy-Cons. Yep. Really, really cool. So if you're into collecting Switches,
one free Mario download game.
Mario download game. So if you're interested in collecting Switches, and that one's still available. But now getting to movie stuff. You had brought this up. Mario and Luigi's plumbing van was
Yep.
So Mario and Luigi's plumbing van from the new movie was showed up at the Nintendo store in New York.
It did.
It's gonna be making its rounds to promote the film. I don't know.
It'll be back in New York though.
It'll be back in New York at some point. So online, I'm sure.
I know when.
Oh, do you?
It's a very special day. Very special day on the calendar.
Are we going?
I would hope so, because it is my birthday. March 30th. It's supposed to be back in New York City.
All right. Well, then I guess on March 30th, we're going to New York City.
And I'm already off from work.
Oh, is that a weekday?
It's a Thursday, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll see what I can
do. I'll take pictures and send it to you.
I was gonna say you may be going solo. So they have they have an actual van from the movie.
I love this marketing campaign.
Yeah, it's just really, really fun. The other thing that they released where were they? The boots. They recreated Mario's boots at the Nintendo store in New York.
Oh my God, they looked. I saw them online. They look amazing. I thought they were for sale. It's not. It's just a one-on-one.
Well, that's what I thought too. Because when you sent it to me, I said, "Oh, how much?"
Yeah, no, exactly.
And then you wrote back, "No. They just made a replica thing, and they look really cool. They're in a display case. Yep. It's really fun."
I forgot the company who made it, but they look really sweet. My feet would never fit in them, but
yeah. Let me see if there's a name for the company that made them. No,
but yeah, no, with this marketing, because the plumbing service texted me, saying, "Hey, we revamped our website. Come check us out if you need our help." They got the phone number that you can call. Yep. I haven't called it again. Last time I called it, Luigi was talking to me. And they have a live chat. I tried the live chat, and they just told me we'll email you.
Oh, interesting. So just so you know, the other updates on the site, because that was part of my news too. So for the
Okay.
movie, the Mario Brothers plumbing website has been updated. It has new promotional stuff, and you can also you can see Pauline on the website.
Hmm.
Read some new testimonials, visit new areas, and then to your point, the customer support live chat. Somebody even noticed there's even a sound file reference to Kid Icarus in the service area.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh wow, man, these
So,
people have nothing else to do. Okay,
well, no, they're mining. They're
they
really
are.
pulling
Good
out. They're
God.
pulling out every little piece of information they can. As we mentioned earlier, the final Super Mario Brothers movie trailer dropped on Friday on Nintendo Direct.
Yep.
So if you haven't seen it and you want to, go check it out. Larry and I have chosen not to.
Don't tell us about it.
Nope. Also announced the movie release date was moved
Hmm.
up 2 days. It will be dropping now on April 5th instead of April
Yes.
7th,
Yes.
which makes sense because when I saw the original release date, I'm like, it's Easter weekend for some people.
Hmm.
So I think moving it up 2 days is really smart. Something really fun that you could have seen, I believe it was this week, right? Oh, it's for Mario Day on Jimmy Fallon. They had
Yes.
Jimmy Fallon and the Roots and
Hmm.
the Mario cast and Shigeru Miyamoto
Yes.
all singing the Super Mario Brothers original theme song
Yep.
from the first game.
That
And
was very
that
cool.
that was a lot of fun.
That was fun. Yep. That was cool
And
thing.
yeah, although Chris Pratt sounded like Chris Pratt, so
Well,
you know,
so yeah, so
boo,
be careful. Yeah, exactly.
boo.
Boo hiss.
Um, and then the very last thing, last bit of news, and I don't know if this is still active or not.
Okay.
It might not be, but on Twitter on Friday for
Oh, I think it
Mario
was just
Day.
for the one day.
Yeah, so on Twitter there was a little Easter egg where if you tweeted using the Super Mario movie hashtag,
Hmm.
your little like heart turned into a mushroom.
The light turned into a mushroom, and if you
Yeah.
retweeted, it was a one up.
There, nice, very
Yes.
nice.
Yep.
I thought that was a cool little thing. Just all these little things are just really fun. Like
It's
they're
so
just doing all these little things.
it was
Yeah.
very cool to see all that, and someone, it's funny when I mentioned Mario Day, someone's like, "Oh, how was the movie?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "Oh, the movie's out, right? Mario Day." I'm like,
Mhm.
"No, no, no, it's March 10th, MAR 10, Mario Day," and like that started with just probably just someone realizing that that's just what the date looked like, and now
Yep.
it's turned into something.
Now it's a whole big
So,
thing. Yeah, it's a
so I
whole
thought that
thing.
was very cool. Yeah.
And that's all I have for retro news.
Awesome. So just to go back a couple things real quick. First of all,
Yep.
I mentioned earlier in the show here about a recent like 16-bit platformer I downloaded on the PS5. It's
Yes.
available, I think, on everything. It's called Vengeful Guardian Moonrider.
Ooh, okay.
Very awesome game. On top of that, just to go back to Ultra Pro on Kickstarter, here's why I haven't backed it yet. First of all, it's mostly available on Steam. There is a digital version for Xbox or PlayStation, which I was thinking about doing.
Okay.
Or you can do a physical Switch copy, not physical
Ooh.
Xbox and play, only physical Switch.
Okay.
Here's the other one. There is, and these are all in euros. So 180 euros for World Champion Backer, which gets you the game on Steam. That's my
Mhm.
problem. But you also get an actual replica of the UPW championship belt.
Oh, so you didn't back it yet because you're debating if you want the belt.
I want the belt, but I only get the game on Steam
I
at that
see.
level. So it's very much a Rosemary Baby situation. So I don't know what to do. I
Buy
can
the
back.
buy the top one and
So
then buy the physical one too. Or
so
buy the digital copy.
I got to message them because I could have sworn they said you can buy the belt separately.
Oh,
So
okay. There
I
you go.
gotta see, but that's not part of the add-on. So, but
Okay.
that's why I haven't backed it yet. So,
Got it.
so that's that. And then finally, and we're gonna wrap this up here. I just wanted to throw this out to you, and just more to give you a heads up. You've been gone for a little while,
Okay.
and now that you're back, I just want to mention this dropped the other day. IGN with and I think they've revised this as time goes on.
They do. They revise them all the time. Their
This is
lists.
their newest top 10 Zelda games of all time.
Ooh.
So I'm just going to throw it out there for you. We're not going to really comment on it, but
all right. I can just say I already know what's number one. So.
I mean, I can't imagine what one could be. I mean, it's not going to be a turd. I know that. It shouldn't be.
Definitely not.
So here we go. Number 10, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
Okay.
Number 9, Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. Was always considered one.
They're always one game. Yep.
Number 8, the OG Legend of Zelda.
Ooh, that's a little low on the list.
Number 7, A Link Between Worlds, which is the 3DS game.
Yep.
Fantastic game. Number 6, and this is low to me, Link's Awakening.
Oh.
Number 5, The Wind Waker.
Okay.
Number 4, which was the second Zelda game I thought was terrible, Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask was so good.
Number 3, and I feel like this is low on the list, Ocarina of Time.
Ooh. Okay.
Number 2, A Link to the Past.
All right.
And number 1, and this goes to show that even IGN can make terrible mistakes, Breath of the Wild.
Of course. Breath of the Wild is always going to be the number one game now.
Such a terrible game.
Interesting list. I can't argue the 10 they chose. Placement wise, I can probably argue a bit.
Oh yeah, no, I can definitely move this around.
Yeah, although I understand Link to the Past being number 2.
Totally.
I always struggle between A Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and the OG. I mix them up all the time when I do a top 10 list. It depends on my mood.
For me, and again, you're right. Same thing with me. It moves around, but for me, it's Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, and Link's Awakening. Always, because I'll put Link's Awakening up against any of those.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed Link's Awakening a lot, but I'm talking
the original game.
Yeah, I was okay with where they put that on the list.
So, and then finally, just something to kind of throw out there for everyone, just in case you're going to be there as well. Next week, we're actually going to be kind of not in our respective places.
No, we are not. We are going to be wandering around the Mohegan. What the hell is it? Mohegan Sun Casino.
If we have any money afterwards, we will be in the casino itself.
Yeah, we will be at Mohegan Sun Casino at CT GamerCon.
Yes, at the convention center specifically.
We will not have a table. We'll just be wandering around.
Just gonna be walking around, so you'll see us there. We're looking forward to it. So if you're gonna be there again, if you find us, if you see us, come say hi. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster or at the door. And it just looks like it's going to be a fun time.
Yep.
And again, Connecticut Gamer and Anime Con, March 18th and 19th. Go check it out at ctgamercon.com.
Yes.
That was just us loving the thing. All right. With that, we're going to wrap it up. And one more time, where can they find us?
All right. You guys can find us at facebook.com/RetroGamersPodcast, on Instagram at RetroGamersPodcast, on Twitter at RetroGamersPod. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube at RetroGamersPodcast, or you can email us at email@theretrogamers.com.
All right. With that, Ant, welcome back.
Thank you. Very happy to be back.
Have a wonderful week.
You have a great week as well, sir.
And we'll catch you everywhere next week on the Retro Gamers Podcast.